Hi, we're Joel and Lia.
And in this video we're talking about all the latest royal drama that's going on. It's all up in the air, isn't it?
It's crazy. Do you know what? I didn't really know what was going on. All I could see is there's loads of headlines about the royal family.
Yeah.
Until this weekend when my mum and dad came to visit, and my mum was like, have you seen what's happened? And she gave me the lowdown on what's happening. Yeah. And I was like, I need to catch up with all this because so much is happening.
So much is happening. So I think the first thing that's kind of come out is the interview with Diana and Martin Bashir.
Yeah.
And there's an investigation going on by a judge called Lord Dyson. It has been found that they got Diana there under like false pretenses. They like forged documents to say that her team were spying on her. So this encouraged her paranoia. William made a statement about this on ITV News.
Yeah, not BBC. Because this is about the journalist. Martin Bashir was a BBC journalist, so now BBC are coming under fire, so he's chosen to go with ITV News.
Is it Bashir? I've been saying it wrong. I said Bashir.
Oh, Bashir. I mean, it doesn't really matter how his name's pronounced. He's a bad man.
Yeah, I was about to call him a bent copper, but that's a bit like Line of Duty. He's a bent investigator and journalist, rather. Well, they're pretty much investigators, aren't they?
They are journalists, as we've said. They're the worst human beings. Estate agents and journalists are the worst types of people.
Except American estate agents are actually alright.
American estate agents are lovely. Yeah. British estate agents, scum of the earth.
Go to hell. No. Okay, so the things that Diana said in that interview apparently wouldn't have been said if she wasn't so paranoid about her team being against her and spying on her and things like that. So
and if you chase it far enough, it's sort of like she was fed all this paranoia, was making an enemy of the royal family because of this false information, which caused her to have less security. And then during that car chase where she eventually died, that might not have even happened if she wasn't so paranoid. If she wasn't so paranoid, and if she knew the truth, which was the fact that the royal family loved her and they weren't conspiring against her. That's essentially the theory. That's what they're saying. Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. No one will know the truth. But the other thing that's also heating up is Harry has done a TV show with Oprah, and it's called The Me You Can't See, or The Me You Don't See.
Yeah.
I hope I've got that right. And it's on Apple TV, so if anyone's got Apple TV Plus,
let us know.
Go and watch that.
Because we want to watch it.
We want to watch it. We've only watched clips, but the clip that's gone, say, viral is the one where he says that it was the fact that Diana was in a relationship with a man that wasn't white, and look how that ended up. And now history is repeating itself. I'm in a relationship with a woman, my wife is not white, and here we are. So, you know, it's a pretty moving clip. It's really sad to see him talk about things so in a very vulnerable way. He says that his only regret is not sort of not leaving sooner, but standing up for the racism in front of his eyes sooner.
Yeah.
But what could he do if the media is racist? Like, how much could he have, you know what I mean? What could he have done?
Yeah, I mean, what can you do as a, because he could have addressed it within the royal family perhaps, but you couldn't control, the royal family can't control the press, can they? So
I don't know if they control the narrative at all. I know they've got relationships with the press, but I don't know how much they can control, because I mean, look at right now, like, it's chaos, that everyone's like, the papers are slagging off Harry for saying that you're basically shit talking your family.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think one thing to consider, the critics would say, well, of course he's getting paid a lot of money to talk about this, and of course it always is at the back of everything, isn't it? It's like everyone goes, oh, how much did they get paid for the Oprah interview? And then it's like, how much are you getting paid from Apple TV now? And this is the discussion. It's like, how much of this do we believe is true, and then how much is also true but you're just monetizing your pain? That's the discussion that we wanted to open up here.
That's what I think. I'm like, fair enough, the first interview, it was a bit of an expose, maybe it didn't need to be done, but I'm like, let them have it. Like, they want to tell their side of the story. It's the first time we've heard their side of the story. Let them have it. Now I'm like, just stop. Like, stop. Like, why he is essentially earning money from an Apple, like, we can't watch it. None of us can watch their interview with Oprah unless we pay for an Apple TV subscription, which just shows you how much money he will have been paid by Apple to do that interview. So he is being paid to say salacious, is that the word? Salacious or whatever things about his family. And I'm like, you've already had one interview and you've had your say. Why do you need another one?
You're looking at about $5 a month to get access to that.
$5 a month? Nah, not having it. I've already got to get one for HBO Max when the Friends reunion comes out. I'm sorry.
People are going crazy about that because James Corden is hosting it.
Oh really? Yeah. No, we don't like James Corden.
I don't know. We don't know it.
No, as in Brits. Brits don't like James Corden. So.
Brits have just decided, or there's rumours going around that he's not nice. nice. So everyone's going mental that James Corden's come along. So British Twitter was like slamming the Friends reunion because they got him to host it. But anyway, back to the royals. Yes, he's privileged. Yes, he's had a really bad time of it because, you know, when his mum died, they forced him to go and walk behind her coffin. Now he's in his 30s and he's talking about all this pain and everything publicly. And I understand he's trying to like raise awareness and like mental health aspect of his brand and everything. But would you not lose the title of being Duke and Duchess and everything? What, they're Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
They've kept it, so it's like, so you don't want to be a part of it, but you do want to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's like, which one is it?
Want?
I think that's the main problem that people have with it. They're like, you can't be so against the family you're from, but then also reap the benefits of being Prince Harry. You can just be Harry and tell this story. I mean, I don't know if he goes around calling himself Prince Harry, but their brand is like Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
And I think they've been told they're not allowed, from what I've read, they're not allowed to monetize it, so they're not allowed merchandise or to sell things to do with being the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So I think it's been revoked, officially it's been revoked, but they're still calling themselves that. But I don't know if it's them, as we said, or whether it's just the media jumping on it.
We don't even know his name. Is it Harry Windsor?
It's Henry Windsor or something, and Harry is short for Henry.
Harry. Like, Meghan, would she, you know, in the credits of their like Apple TV thing, is it going to be like with their royal titles?
Who knows?
I know.
But I know they have to earn money. This is the other thing. I do have sympathy in terms of like, they've had all of their security from the royal family taken away, which I kind of disagree with, because I'm like, they don't want to be a part of it, but like, what, you're just going to sentence a member of your family to death, basically, because there's people out there that will want to kill Harry and Meghan because they're so famous and terrorists or whatever. So I understand they need to earn a lot of money to pay for their own security, but why do it this way? Like, didn't they say they were going to start something on Netflix or start their own streaming service about bringing awareness to like environmental issues? And
I think that's
like,
happening as well.
That's happened, but then just rely on that. Why do you need to like do an expose? Like, for example, my mum said this.
I'm with you.
What about like if I personally had an issue with my parents and then I decided to film a YouTube video about it because I get paid based on views on my channel and put all of the drama on my YouTube channel, like just deal with it privately. We don't need like I say this, I'm loving the drama and I consume it like all of us do. But why put it out there for everyone? Like, deal with your arguments with your partner or your parents or whatever privately. Why
the Queen must be really hurting as well. Like, it must be really painful, and people love the gossip. Like, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about their drama if he was dealing with it privately, because we would have no idea. So I guess we're just as much to blame, aren't we? So we're talking about it, but you can't help but be intrigued because you've got this like royal family, the royal family, like the most famous family in the world. Arguably, they're more famous than the Kardashians, right?
Definitely, Do
more people know the Kardashians or the I think the royals. So. I say the royal family. The D'Amelios now.
The Kardashians are the American royal family.
Of course, I forgot. But the point was that when that structure starts to crumble and you've got the old contrasting with the new, people speak up about racism, speak up about injustice. It's like this uncomfortable feeling where it's like, well, if he's not going to talk about it, what are they just going to stay there and pretend to be happy families? Like, I think he must be really conflicted. And the fact that this is monetized and the fact that they're making so much money from talking about their pain, it's probably softening the blow of him shit talking his family. Which is awful, isn't it?
It's the payoff. And I think that does need to be called out, like the racism and the injustice and all those things need to be called out. But they've already called it out in that first documentary
with Oprah.
So now deal with it privately. Why do you need to keep on?
Do you think?
Like, I don't get it.
Do you think there was like a meeting where after the Harry, Meghan, Oprah interview, someone went, right, people have responded really well to Harry and Oprah. So what we'll do, Meghan, is we'll cut you out, but Harry and Meghan will do a show, and you can just be in the background a bit. Literally. Apparently she makes like small appearances like in the background of the
Well, to be honest, none of us are that interested in Meghan Markle anyway. Let's be honest. Like, we want to know Harry's opinion on all this because he is a member of the family. Meghan married into it. So like, whilst it is to do with her at the same time, that original interview was a bit annoying. So it's like, well, I want to hear more of what Harry's got to say, because
and Meghan sat there for the whole thing.
Throughout all of it, because I'm like, you're just someone that's come into the family. So I want to know what it's like, because you would think Harry would be less biased because he's like actually involved in the family. He's part of that family. And I think he feels like he has something to prove. This is totally assumption, by the way. Like, I feel like he wants to prove to the public that it was his choice to leave and that this woman didn't just arrive and steal him away from his family. And, you know, people go like, well, Meghan hasn't got a great relationship with her family, and now look at Harry
Harry's relationship with his. That's like the sort of public opinion. That's what you see in the papers. And then he does these sit-down interviews with Oprah again and goes, no, I made the choice. I'm doing this to protect my family. I don't want history.
They said that they don't want the attention. So it's like, but you're like, you left the royal family because you don't like the scrutiny and the attention. So why are you still? You're arguably the most famous person right now in the world because everyone's watching you. And also, how would you feel if any of your children turn around and make a documentary about you one day because you've been a terrible parent because you dragged up all of this drama about their family? Or do you know?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It is weird.
I'm like, it's just a double standard because one day your kid might grow up to hate you and resent you for what the decisions you've made.
Yeah.
And how would you feel if they did that?
Archie with Oprah's like Oprah will have has Oprah got kids?
I don't know.
Probably. I don't know. I'm making that up. And then Archie and Oprah's kids sit down and they do the next generation.
And also, if Oprah was as bad at interviewing him this time as she was last time, then she is not that. Like, I love Oprah until I saw that first interview and I was like, you know nothing about royal protocol or the royal family, and you don't challenge Harry and Meghan on anything they say. You're just like, yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, it's terrible. I'm like, that's not a good interview.
So it's like sitting down with a friend to chat, whereas there was no
like, I know they are friends, but you want an interviewer who's going to like ask difficult questions and like challenge them. It doesn't mean you, maybe privately you completely agree with him because he is your friend, but like publicly your job is to probe and be like, yeah, but what about this and what about this?
Like Oprah didn't compare the relationship with any of the other grandchildren of Archie's status. She didn't go like, oh, what about Didda's kid? And like, aren't they the same as, so they don't get security or money? And but I guess how could Harry and Meghan control the public opinion of them, and the fact that William and Kate, aren't they on tour right now but no one cares because Harry and Meghan are doing this thing with Oprah.
I want Oprah to ask him, how much are you getting paid to do this series? How much are you earning more than William now that he's in the family and you're out of the family? Who's earning more?
He's definitely earning more.
Well, exactly.
Oh my gosh, the entertainment industry must be paying him so much.
Yeah, they must be.
William's probably on pennies, darling.
Yeah, he is. He's the poor relation now, living in Kensington Palace. Like, what about this is a hellhole?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the hellhole.
Yeah.
I think that's just the whole thing. A lot of people say, how could you possibly be, you know, talking about your pain when you've had an extremely privileged life? And one thing I do want to say is that you can be rich or poor, you can still feel pain. Someone's mother died, someone's mother was crucified by the media, and like, of course he's going to feel pain no matter if who he is or not.
Exactly.
But
it's all relative.
It's just really hard, isn't it? It's a tough one. Let us know what you guys think. Be so interested to read your comments.
Yeah, let us know. We really want to hear. And please subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And as Leah said, let us know down in the comments your thoughts on this. We want to hear. I know there's lots of different opinions, but let's all stay polite because we're open to discussions. We have empathy with Harry and Meghan, but we also have empathy with the royal family, and we have criticisms of both sides. But yeah, let's have a wholesome debate.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. We've also got memberships, by the way, if you'd like behind the scenes content from us. Lots of little members chit chats, lots of gossip, and we've also got our personal channels as well if you want to go and have a look over there.
Yeah, so go check it out, and we'll see you soon.
Next time.
Bye.